How to fix missing Qtes and choices. Welcome back to Teknobalta. We analyzed the frustrating issue where QuickTime events and dialogue choices completely disappear from the screen. This severe visual glitch often occurs when running the title using the DirectX 11 API, rendering both controller and keyboard inputs seemingly useless during crucial moments. At Teknobalta, we tested multiple configuration overrides to reliably restore the missing interface elements. First, we need to modify the core executable properties to prevent operating system conflicts. Navigate to your main game installation folder on your storage drive. Right-click on the primary executable file and select the Properties option from the context menu. Inside the Properties window, navigate directly to the Compatibility tab. Our team found that disabling specific Windows overlay features significantly improves interface rendering stability. Check the box labeled Disable Fullscreen Optimizations to prevent the operating system from forcing its own display rendering over the game engine. Next, you must address potential resolution scaling conflicts that hide on-screen prompts. Click on the button labeled Change High DPI Settings, located at the bottom of the Compatibility tab. Look for the section regarding high DPI scaling override at the bottom of this new window. Check the box to override the high DPI scaling behavior. Ensure that the scaling is set to be performed by the application from the drop-down menu. This forces the game to use its native resolution scaling rather than relying on Windows desktop settings. Before closing the Properties window, check the box to run this program as an administrator. Click Apply and then OK to save these critical executable modifications. If the executable modifications do not fully resolve the missing interface, we verified that forcing specific launch parameters is highly effective. Open your game launcher platform and access the launch options or command line arguments for the title. Input the exact parameter string, window W1920H1080. This specific command line parameter forces the application to boot in a windowed state at a standard high-definition resolution. Launch the game with these parameters active, bypassing the initial full-screen rendering sequence that causes the UI glitch. Wait for the main menu to fully load and display on your monitor. Once the menu is visible, simply press the Alt and Enter keys simultaneously on your keyboard. This native shortcut will safely transition the windowed application into a stable full-screen mode without breaking the interface. Teknobalta's analysis showed that desktop display scaling can also cause the interface to render completely outside of the visible screen space. Right-click on your Windows desktop and open the display settings. Locate the Scale and Layout section within your display configuration. Set the display scaling value strictly to 100%. Custom scaling values frequently break native game interfaces. In the same menu, verify your display resolution and set this value to 1920 by 1080 or your monitor's highest native resolution. After applying these Windows display settings, launch the game in full-screen mode. You must then close the application and restart it one time to ensure the fresh resolution data is locked into the game engine. Corrupted configuration files can permanently trap your interface settings in an invalid state, preventing menus from loading. To fix this, open your File Explorer and navigate directly to your local Documents folder. Locate the specific configuration folder named Until Dawn. Delete this entire folder to completely wipe the cached user configurations and graphical presets. When you relaunch the game, the engine will generate fresh, uncorrupted setting files, often restoring the missing QuickTime events. During our deep dive testing, we confirmed the absolute most reliable solution involves adjusting the dynamic camera settings in-game. The missing prompts occur because the game interface becomes trapped within an incorrect, rigid aspect ratio. Launch the title and navigate immediately to the in-game display or camera settings menu. You need to locate the specific setting for the dynamic camera aspect ratio. Change this dynamic camera aspect ratio setting to the free or unlocked option. By freeing the aspect ratio constraint, the interface is no longer squished or hidden off-screen. This critical adjustment immediately allows all hidden QuickTime event buttons and dialog choices to appear correctly on your monitor. To ensure maximum system stability and prevent future graphical glitches across all titles, we always recommend verifying your core operating system files. Open your Windows search bar, type Command Prompt, right-click the application, and select Run as Administrator. Type the command sfc/scano and press Enter on your keyboard. This system file checker tool will thoroughly scan your entire system directory and automatically replace any corrupted operating system modules that might interfere with DirectX game rendering. Finally, severe graphical rendering issues and missing UI elements are frequently tied to outdated display drivers. Navigate to the official website of your graphics card manufacturer, whether that is NVIDIA, AMD, or Intel. Download and install the absolute latest stable driver release for your specific GPU architecture. Performing a clean installation of these display drivers will flush out old caching errors and perfectly optimize your hardware for complex 3D applications. Don't forget to follow Teknobalta for more.